Welcome to Mr Thorpe's unit B604, revision for religion, peace and justice. In this unit we're going to look at things to do with crime. The first thing to do with crime is simply this, that there are four aims to punishment. These four aims are deterrence, i.e. you have to put someone off. One of the aims of punishment is to deter the person from actually doing the punishment again. Secondly is reform. You have to try and reform the prisoner from a life of crime. That means, for example, giving them the skills that they need to actually progress in life and not just punish them severely. The next one is retribution. A criminal needs to be punished. Retribution is where the people who have had the crime committed against them feel like the person who's done the crime is punished in some way or another. Finally, you have protection. Society needs to be protected from criminals. We cannot have criminals running around in our society doing whatever they want, whenever they want. So in order to protect civilians, us, law-abiding citizens, prisons are built in order to protect people from criminals or people that commit acts of violence or any kind of crime towards anyone else. Now there is one more thing I'd like to say in these four aims of punishment, and one is to deter someone could be the death penalty. The death penalty is not legal in Britain, but it is still legal in countries like America or around the world. And some people are opposed to the death penalty because they see it as inhuman, degrading to human beings. Why should the state be allowed to kill someone if the law says that everyone else can't kill anyone and it's punishable by death? So there is an issue there against the death penalty. But then others say, well, in the Bible it does say an eye for an eye, therefore if someone takes someone's life, then you should be allowed to take their life. However, if you get the death penalty wrong and the wrong person dies as a result of this punishment, then there unfortunately is no way back once a death penalty has taken place. So there are lots of reasons why people do not are both for and against the death penalty, and you will need to know what you think about the death penalty as well. Another reason is that simply in the Bible it says love your neighbour, forgive your enemies. Now that might be and will be incredibly hard to do if you have suffered a death at the hand of someone, and you may want punishment, you may want even the person to suffer the death penalty. But certainly forgiveness, which doesn't, by the way, mean the person shouldn't be punished, is something that Christians should give to other people, and even those who have maybe killed someone else. And there are lots of examples of people who have forgiven a killer of a relative, for example. So that's just a little explanation of the death penalty as well. Now obviously one of the Christian views is not to judge other people. And simply, one of the stories that says this is the story you'll see above me here is why take the speck out of your own eye, before you take the speck out of someone else's eye, take the plank of wood out your own, which basically means do not judge other people. Now that doesn't mean that the courts shouldn't judge people, it just means personally I shouldn't judge other people in the way they are if they've done something wrong as well. So judging people is not something that as Christians they should actually do as well. There's also another phrase, and this phrase is let him without sin cast the first stone. Now this simply means that we all have done things wrong. So before we again judge other people, we should be a bit more considerate, because it won't be very long before we're doing something wrong. Now bear in mind please that these quotes are quotes about how we personally should deal with people generally. not just criminals. And if you're a Christian, you do not think that criminals shouldn't be punished or face the law. Your own personal attitude towards people should take into consideration these particular quotes. So Christians don't think that people should be punished by the law, because that isn't the case. It just means how they should deal with them personally.